Near the end of 2022, a cocktail by the name of Negroni Sbagliato took the world by storm thanks to a viral video. And while everyone and their sister were ordering this drink in every bar across the globe, few knew its origin or that it was a half-century-old cocktail. Here's the history of the Negroni Sbagliato and my take on the classic cocktail and a sweet alternative. Milan, Italy is the birthplace of the Negroni Sbagliato at the nearly 100-year-old Bar Basso. Mirko Stocchetto was a bartender at the trendy and extremely busy Bar Basso, and he was fond of experimenting with new cocktails from time to time, and in particular with sparkling wine. One such cocktail was a riff on the Negroni Sbagliato. Equal parts Campari, Sweet Vermouth, and sparkling wine, the Sbagliato is crisp, refreshing, bitter, and sweet. If you pull up the first few Google searches of the Sbagliato, you'll read that the drink was made by mistake, Sbagliato meaning mistaken in Italian, suggesting that the veteran mixologist Stocchetto accidentally poured Prosecco into the drink instead of gin. And of course, that's not the case. No bartender worth his weight in Campari would make a mistake like that. But according to Stocchetto's son, Maurizio, who now owns Bar Basso, as his father reached for the gin in its normal home, in its place was a bottle of Prosecco, and rather than seeking out the gin, the fan of sparkling wine decided it would make a nice substitute, and thus the Sbagliato was born. For the traditional Sbagliato, you'll need Campari, Sweet Vermouth, in this case we'll use Carpano Antica, and sparkling wine. Your vermouth of choice can change with the seasons. In these winter months, I love the more robust Carpano Antica or something like Punta Mess, but as the spring approaches, I'll move to something lighter like Dolin Sweet or Koki. Now, that brings us to the sparkling wine choice. Really, feel free to use pretty much anything. Prosecco was the viral choice, of course, but I also like a nice Cava to bring out the beautiful aromatics in the drink. In this case, we're going to use a Blanc de Noir from Gruet, a sparkling wine producer in New Mexico. In its first iteration, this drink was built right in the glass on the rocks, but I prefer it up. It's just too good looking to do it any other way. I love to serve my Sbagliatos in a champagne flute rather than on the rocks. I feel like it allows you to really take in all of the intense flavors of the drink. So in a mixing glass, add 1 ounce of Campari and 1 ounce of Sweet Vermouth. Top with a few ice cubes and stir for about 15 seconds. It's much more pleasant to add chilled spirit to chilled bubbles, and it keeps the drink nice and cold. Pour that into the flute, top with bubbly, and express orange oil on top. And there it is, the Negroni Sbagliato. My twist is simple and is really more of a play on the white Negroni. For this twist, you'll need Campari, but instead of Sweet Vermouth, we'll use Lillet Blanc and Suze, a French liqueur famous for its herbaceous flavor. In the mixing glass, add half an ounce of Campari, half an ounce of Suze, and 1 ounce of Lillet Blanc. Stir to chill, pour into the glass, and top with the bubbles of your choice. Express orange oil as usual, and enjoy. Now, few things in mixology social media drive me as crazy as seeing wedges of fruit in drinks. First of all, the only thing that piece of fruit is going to do is soak up all the good stuff in your drink. Second of all, it looks like an amateur 80s old-fashioned. The orange is intended to add aroma, not to sit and bob up and down like an oversoaked meatball. So please, no fruit wedges in your drinks. I love Campari with cigars, and I love bubbles with cigars. The bitterness and aromatics of Campari bring out the herbaceous qualities in most cigars. With the Sbagliato, let's enjoy the Lunatic Torch. Aganorsa Leaf's Lunatic line comes from their JFR, or just for retailers brand of cigars. The Lunatic Torch comes in 3 sizes, this one being their Toro equivalent called Visionary, and each torch is rolled with an exposed brushed foot, the intention being that one can experience the filler and Corojo 99 binder exclusively before the wrapper enters the picture and impacts the cigar's final flavors. It's a tasty cigar, and those first few puffs of just the inner workings of the torch are really fun. It's a barrage of cinnamon and tarragon and whiskey notes, and the cigar mellows out during the rest of the smoke with butterscotch and sweet cedar flavors and aromas. It's a great cigar with any Campari forward cocktail, and especially the Sbagliato. With that, thank you for visiting the Cigar Bar, and we'll see you on the next one.